Women prefer men who don't care. Women are biologically wired to be more attracted to men who don't care too much, or at least look like they don't. Hear me out. Jessica OS here. This is my YouTube channel. Always remember to check for the name Jessica OS under any video to know whether the video is actually produced by me. So in this video, I'm breaking down why this works, the psychology behind it, and how you can use this knowledge without turning into a cold-hearted jerk. If you've ever been friend-zoned, ghosted, or had a woman lose interest fast, this video will make it painfully clear. Let's jump into it. Number 1, caring too much too soon screams no options. So here's where so many guys trip up. They meet a woman they're really into, and within days they're texting nonstop, dropping everything to see her, basically putting her at the center of their world. Now, on paper, that might seem like a very sweet thing to do, right? You're showing interest, you're being attentive, etc. But in reality, what she's reading between the lines is, well, this guy has nothing better going on. I'm all he's got. And let's keep it real. If you're too available, that's unsexy. Think about it. The man who has no other options has to overcompensate. He has to try too hard to keep her interested. But the man who has options moves differently. He's not desperate for anyone's attention because he knows his value, and women kind of feel that energy. They feel the difference between the man who's choosing them and the man who's clinging onto them like a life raft. When you act like you've got no other choices, you remove all the mystery. But when you act like you do have choices, even if you're busy building your life, it will make her wonder, what's so special about him that he's not tripping over himself to impress me? That curiosity, my friend, is gold. It's the difference between being the guy she texts back out of politeness and the guy she's losing sleep over. Number 2, desire thrives on uncertainty. Now here's something no one tells you when you first start dating. The fastest way to kill attraction is to remove every single ounce of uncertainty. Think about it. Do you remember the last time you started watching a new TV series and you couldn't wait to see the next episode? That anticipation, that little rush of what happens next, that's what keeps you hooked. Now imagine if instead the show just spoiled the ending in the very first 5 minutes. That would be boring, and that's exactly what happens when you give a woman all your attention, all your time, and all your emotions right out the gate. And I can't say this enough. When you text her good morning and good night every single day like a clock, when you respond within seconds every single time, you're removing the tension that fuels desire. You see, humans, especially in romance, value what we have to work for. And when she has to wonder a little, when she's not sure whether you're free tonight or out living your life, that little spark of uncertainty lights up her curiosity. It's not about being a ghost. It's about giving her something to anticipate. Because once she starts wondering what you're doing when you're not talking to her, that's when you're living rent-free in her head. Number 3, not caring is equal to emotional self-control. Now, this is the biggest misconception about not caring, right? A lot of guys hear that phrase and think it means ignoring her for days or acting cold or being intentionally rude to her. That's not what I'm talking about. The kind of not caring that women are drawn to is really about one thing: emotional self-control. It's the ability to keep your cool whether she's showering you with attention or acting a little distant. It's being present with her, enjoying her company, but not needing her validation to feel good about yourself. Picture 2 men on a date, okay? The first one is laser focused on making sure she laughs, agrees with everything she says, bends over backwards to keep her comfortable, etc. The other one is relaxed, confident, and can laugh at himself. If she's not vibing with a topic, he smoothly changes it. If she's checking her phone, he doesn't panic. He just takes a sip of his drink and keeps the conversation moving. Now, realistically, tell me, guess which man she's going to be more intrigued by? I think it's the one showing her, I like you, but my self-worth doesn't depend on how you feel about me right now. That's the kind of not caring that makes women lean in, because it tells her you're a man who chooses her and not a man who needs her to feel alive. Number 4, the respect-attraction link. Remember this: if she doesn't respect you, she will never truly desire you. Attraction isn't just about looks, charm, or even chemistry. Respect is the foundation it all sits on, and the men who get respect are the ones who don't fold at the first sign of pressure. If she cancels on you last minute, and you just smile and say, no problem, we'll reschedule whenever you're free, you're teaching her that you have no standards. Believe me. But if you calmly say, no worries, but I like to make plans in advance, let's find a day that works for both of us. You've just shown her you value your own time. that's when the dynamic will shift. Because deep down, women want a man who can lead, make decisions, and set boundaries. That's how trust is built. That's how attraction grows. So yes, men who look like they don't care often get more respect because they're not tripping over themselves to please her. It's a simple fact. They're operating on their terms, and that's what makes them so magnetic. Number 5, the danger of overcompensation. Now this one stings because most good men have been here. You meet a woman you really like, and you decide the best way to win her over is to show her just how amazing you are, right? The constant compliments, the endless favors, changing your schedule for her, buying her little gifts just because. Your heart's in the right place, but the problem is attraction doesn't work like a scoreboard, right? You don't get to rack up enough nice points to make her fall for you, unfortunately. In fact, overcompensating more often than not backfires. Instead of making her feel lucky to have you, it makes her feel like you're trying to convince her to like you. And nothing kills attraction faster than the scent of desperation. You see, the truth is, kindness is attractive when it comes from a man who clearly values himself first. But when it comes from fear that she'll lose interest if you're not constantly on, it stops feeling like kindness. And guess what? Starts feeling like a bribe. Number 6, her brain on dopamine. Now, this is where science steps in and explains what's really happening. Now, when you're not constantly in her face, you're creating anticipation. And anticipation triggers dopamine, the feel-good chemical in our brain. Dopamine is powerful. It's what makes people binge watch shows, keep refreshing their Instagram, or play just one more round of a game. The same thing happens in dating. If every interaction with you is predictable, she'll stop feeling that little rush. But if your energy is unpredictable, not in a chaotic way, but in a way that keeps things fresh, she'll get that dopamine hit every time she hears from you. And that's where you leverage, right? And that's why some women, for instance, can't stop thinking about a man long after they've parted ways. It's not always because he's rich or gorgeous or smooth. It's because he's unknowingly created a little dopamine addiction in her mind. Number 7, how to use this without being a jerk. So how do you pull this off without crossing into game playing territory? It's simple. You focus on balance. Have your own life, keep your priorities in check, let her feel your interest, but also let her feel that you're not about to drop your entire existence for her. As you already heard me say multiple times in this video, don't text her every time because you're bored. Don't cancel plans with your friends just because she's suddenly free and open. And don't always be the one chasing. Give her room to invest as well. When she sees that you value your time, your goals, and your personal happiness, she'll respect you more. And when she respects you more, she'll be more attracted to you. And when she's more attracted to you, well, she starts doing something most guys only dream about. She starts looking out for you, chasing you, wanting your attention. So to answer your question, do women prefer men who don't care? Not exactly. They prefer men who care about themselves enough to never hand over their entire identity for someone else's approval. That's the real secret. If you want a deep dive into how women test men to see if they're truly high value, then click on this video I'm dropping right here, because once you know what the test is, you'll pass every single time. I hope you got value from this video. If you did, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's very important so you don't get confused by all the fake AI channels that exist on YouTube. Also, remember to always look out for my name, Jessica OS, under any video that you're watching to be sure that this advice is coming from me. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.